How we doing? How we doing? We're in another portrait vlog today. Again, purely because I can't be bothered to turn my phone sideways. It's awkward. But I'm out again walking the dog, and we're on what's it today? It's Monday. Monday the 6th of January 2020. Jack, good evening. Roy West, good evening. Charlene Baptiste, good evening. I know everyone. It's just, I see who's watching. I see who's typing. How are we doing? So we're back to normal after Christmas. I think now it's the 12 days are over. The 12 days are officially over. I would assume most of us have ditched the Christmas tree and taken down some decorations. Sarah's random videos. Hi, and Ross McGarry. How you doing? It's good to see that this is working finally. Let's go that way. So we're back to normal. So a lot of grown-ups, a lot of adults went back to work yesterday. And I know it's been difficult because a lot of parents, unfortunately, can't get the time off work to spend with their kids over Christmas and New Year. So to those parents who had to work all the way through it, I take my hats off to you. Sergeant Major Patrick Harbour, hi, how are you? So I take my hats off to you parents who couldn't unfortunately get the time off. But for us that have had time off, I've had no choice in the matter, unfortunately. But for those parents that were lucky enough to get the time off, I bet you're glad finally that the kids are going back to school. My God, the kids are going back. It's their first day in the new year. 2020, it's 2020, and before you know it, as weird as it sounds, I'm wishing out all our lives away, but soon it will be, summer holidays, and then a new year at school all over again. It does go quickly, but it is all over. But the thing is, what I want to know, and I'm finding it hard to grab my words at the moment, because I've got a lot on my mind. But, are holidays too long? Or do you feel that maybe, there could have been an extra week? Do you feel that kids could have gone back to school last week? Is it a good balance? Do you reckon? Look at the doggy doos down there, look. Is it a good balance? I don't know. I think, over the Christmas period, going back to school this week, it is a good balance on average. I think that they've had long enough. But the problem we've all got as parents, this is the bit that's difficult for parents to actually have the time off work. It's all well and good being at home with our kids, but especially over the summer, in fact, any kind of school holiday really, what gets me is entertainment for kids. Entertaining the kids. And you'd think to yourself, those of you who don't have kids, you start thinking, well, they've got all these amazing things to play with and things to do they got for Christmas, and we've had birthdays recently, and you'd think they'd have plenty to do with gadgets and toys and this, that and the other. But kids get bored real quick. Yes, they do. There's only so much sitting down playing a computer game, or once they've built all the Lego and all the Meccano that they've built, and they don't want to play that anymore, and then they don't want to go outside because it's miserable. They don't really want to sit and watch mum and dad watch Dancing on Ice and all the soaps. They get bored. So what do you do during the day to entertain your kids? Because a lot of us just think, well, they could be at school. They could be at school, but no, they're home and I'm home with them. What do you do? Because it's difficult. It is trying to entertain kids. There's only so many board games you can play, and then you start thinking to yourself, well, let's take the kids out somewhere, let's do something. Hi, I'm sorry I can't get around to reading everyone's comments. I will try, but entertaining kids, it's so difficult. I'm quite lucky because we've got a park, in fact several parks in the local area, so we go over the park on a semi-frequent basis just to get a bit of fresh air, and just to have a walk around, just to get out of the house. But then you've got soft play areas. You've got like the likes of Gambardo's and Buzz Zone and all these other places, and you've got kids space in Croydon and the trampoline park in Croydon, and it's all well and good saying we've got all these places to go, but they cost money. They do, they cost money. Money doesn't grow on trees, and kids don't get that. Kids don't understand the value of money, you know. So you could be walking down the street, you could take your kids shopping, you see, you could be going down the high street to go to Wilko, you know, to get a new ironing board or something. And the first thing the kids say, no matter what time of day it is I want to go to McDonald's. Is what the kids say. And you know, all of you parents out there, you know I'm telling the truth. I want to go to McDonald's. Or my favourite is, what's for lunch? Is what the kids will say. And my response to my boys every single time is, whatever you're given. You know. And at that point, it's like, I'm hungry. What are we doing? Can I do this or can I do that? And you say to them, no, we're not going to McDonald's. We're not going Burger King. We're not going KFC. Why? Is what they'll say. And you explain to them, well, I haven't got the money for that. But you've got money to go to Wilko. You've already got an ironing board. Is what they'll say. The arguments all come out. Kids ain't stupid, you see. But for them, going to McDonald's, is, apart from feeding their stomach, is a little bit of entertainment. You know, they want to do something all the time, and it just gets to a point where you just want to pull your hair out. You really do. You really want to start pulling your hair out, but you have to have the patience of a saint. What do you do to entertain your kids a lot of the time? So what we've decided, and yes, the kids have got their computer games and this, that and the other they could have played over the Christmas period, which is fine, you know. That's what their toys were. You know, they were lucky enough, Father Christmas brought them something electrical. But we try in our house to limit the amount of time they play these things. Because what I like to do sometimes to entertain the kids is sit down with them on the floor or at a table and draw pictures, you know. Or with my younger one, is not only do I like to draw with him, but draw with him to teach him pen control. It's silly things like that, or work numbers and words into things. Now, as it sounds like homework, but believe it or not, it's actually quite rewarding. It really is. Especially when your kids are there with you and you're having fun with them, watching them have fun. Isn't that strange? But even that gets a bit, you know, long in the tooth sometimes. I mean, it's nice to do, but I mean, at the moment, I like doing that, but it's getting down on the floor and then getting back up again. Because I'm like, you know, well, I'm down here. It's all well and good being on the floor, playing, you know, and drawing and doing Lego and all this fun stuff. But then you have to start thinking about getting back up off the floor. And if you've got a bad back or bad knees, any one of you will know. You know that you always make this noise. You ready? Are you ready for the noise? Oh, oh, oh God. That's the noise we make every single time we get on the floor, we do something fun with the kids. The second we want to get back up again, it's oh. You know, we feel like we're getting old. You know, I'm not particularly old, you know, I'd like to say I'm just shy of middle-aged. But that's what it is, you know, is we've got to look at it. We've got to try and entertain our kids now that Christmas is over. You know, because there's no more crackers to pull. There's no more turkey. Would hope there's no more. Otherwise, a lot of people end up with a bad bout of salmonella. You know, there's maybe a few mince pies left in the kitchen that you're determined not to eat because you're on a diet. You see, all the Christmas pudding's gone. The custard's been thrown away that's been opened in the fridge for the last 2 weeks that no one wants to eat. You see, but now that Christmas is done, I think I'm ready for the kids to go back to school. I am ready for them to resume their education, and I've got something really sharp in the bottom of my foot right now. Oh. So let me read some of these comments. Oh, there's loads. My God, thanks for commenting, everyone. Sarah's Random Videos says, I'm back volunteering at the hospital on Wednesday. That's great, Sarah. That's really good. RS15, but they would shorten another holiday. This is probably very true. Charlene says, in work, in a school, and I love the time off with my son. You know what, I love that. I love that, because obviously if you work in a school, it's really rewarding, and then you get the time off you need, which is a win-win-win-win-win. And I know Charlene personally. In fact, we went to school together. You know, very good friend of mine, and I know that she loves her job because she does whatever she does with a lot of conviction, which is great. Abdi2s, hi Chris, hi to you too, Happy New Year. RS15, most kids sit in their bedroom 24/7. This is true at a certain age. Once you hit those teenage years, it's, Mom, can you make me a drink please? No, get up and do it yourself. Oh, I'm not your slave, you need to make me a drink. You know, it's just, and as weird as it sounds, my 11-year-old, I mean, he's just turned 11, he's getting that way now. He's becoming a lazy little, but you know, I'm gonna nip that in the bud. Paul's Daily Chat, McD. Yeah, you gotta have the McD. Sometimes there's nothing like a good McD. Paul's Daily Chat. I know you've been a regular watching my channel. I really appreciate that. If I haven't subscribed to your channel, then remind me. I'll drop you a sub and I'll give your channel a check out. So thanks very much for subbing. I don't go out nearly. I go out nearly every day, but a lot of people in my school just play video games for the whole of the holidays. Says the transport hub. It's very true. To be fair, I used to play outside when I was a lot younger, but it's a different time. Now if you go out, you're scared your kids are going to get stabbed. Let's have a look. Isaac Mitchell, good evening to you. Time limiting, you're a good father if it actually works. Yeah, it's true. I mean, to be fair, I think we all as parents do the best we can for our kids. You know, and there's a right way and a wrong way, but as long as you attempt, as long as you try, there's no real wrong way. I mean, unless you actually neglect your kids. You know, the fact that you engage with your kids and do something, even if it means, you know, playing Mario Party with them. You know, you can have fun, enjoy that. You can go bowling. That's another one, taking your kids bowling. You know, I want to go bowling. Okay, we'll only have one game. Oh, but I want to have two. Do you want to pay for it? No. Then we're only having one game of bowling. You know, Harry, Real Talk. You should watch the TED Talk by Adam Carroll titled "What Playing Monopoly with Real Money Taught Me About My Kids and Humanity." I'll give that a look actually. That sounds interesting. I mean, could you imagine playing Monopoly with real money? My God, I'd be scared. You know, I'd play with 1p's and 2p's. You know, forget the rest of the currency, just 1p's and 2p's. Sergeant Major Patrick Harper. Not to make you feel old, Chris, but a few hundred years ago, you would be considered an elder. Yes, I'm well aware of that. In fact, a few hundred years ago, I'd probably be dead and about 1.5 foot shorter and have no teeth in my head. Bits and Bob says hello to you too, Happy New Year, hope you had a good Christmas. Roy West says, my nephew keeps pestering me to take him fishing all the time. Now the thing is with fishing is I like fishing a lot. The problem with me liking fishing a lot is the fact that I actually haven't been fishing for about 13 or 14 years, you see. And as much as, you know, I would like to go fishing with my dad, I just feel like I'd be encroaching on him time, because my dad likes fishing. You know, in the season he tends to go out once every couple of weeks to go fishing. He does competitions now and again. You know, I mean, fishing's a really good pastime, but again, you have to sit and have patience, especially with kids when you go fishing, because you can literally sit there all day and catch absolutely nothing apart from a cold. And you're sitting there with your pole out, you're sitting there with a decent rod, you've got good line on, you've made the effort to cook up some bait as opposed to buying some, you've got the whole shebang set up, you've even got a keep net and your scales there, you know, you've even got a little gas fire to brew some water for a cup of tea later in the day, and you sit there all day and nothing bites. And if you've got a child with you and the radio doesn't work, your battery operated radio, you know, and there's no internet signal because that's called sod's law, what are you going to do when you go fishing and you can't catch anything? You know, I mean, apart from downloading and rewatching Real Talk, you know, I mean, I'm not going to say no, but kids can get unless it's adventurous for them, unless they're actually catching fish, you know, it can be a wasted opportunity for them, because they want to do it and then all of a sudden they get bored, you know. So I see that, gosh, the screams in the house constantly from my sister, especially when my cousins are around, headaches for days. It says Sergeant Major Patrick Harper. This makes me think Sergeant Major Patrick Harper is younger than his name suggests. And Charlene Baptiste says, are you ready for your kids to go back to school, or would you want them for a bit longer? Well, to be honest with you, I'm ready for my kids to go back to school. I am. Because I think it is just enough time for them to have off over Christmas and New Year. I'm ready for them to go back. And I think deep down they're ready to. Because, you know, when kids are off for way too long, look at the summer holidays. When kids are off for way too long, you know when they've had enough. Because they start arguing, they start just having attitudes like, you know, for the love of God, just go back to school. You know, I mean, that's what it can be like in the summer holidays. But I think now, for now, Christmas and New Year's, I think this is the end of it, you know. It's just I'm ready for them to go back, and so are they. They want to get back to school and see their friends. They want to tell all their friends, you know, what they got for Christmas and what they did over New Year. And I mean, I've been quite fortunate for the last 6 months. I've actually been home, so I've got to see them every single day. Well, not home, well, I've been in the hospital 3 months of that, but, you know, I've seen them quite a lot. You know, not that I get rid of them, not by a long shot. I enjoy my time with my kids, but I think I'm ready for them to go back, because there's things I need to get done at home without them just getting under my feet, you know. So if I want to move the living room around or something, or if I want to move the bedroom around or decorate or have a good deep clean and get bleach everywhere, I can't do that with the kids at home because they just get in the way, you know. So I'm ready for them to go back to school so things can get done that need doing. You know, I mean, my place is clean, don't get me wrong. I mean, we had a good tidy up today. I gutted the kitchen out, gutted the bathroom out, but you know, when you just want to get the marigolds on, you know, you want to pull things out, you want to get down to the nitty gritty of everything and have a good sort out. You know, you can't do that with the kids there, because they start playing with toys and getting in the way, and then they start saying, don't throw that away, please don't throw that away. And then you say to them, I told you 4 times to pick the Lego up off the floor. 4 times I said pick the Lego up, and now it's going up the Hoover. You know, and then you get the Hoover out, and then as you're charging across the floor with the vacuum cleaner, there is a mad scramble. The kids dive on the floor and they pick up every tiny little bit that they should have in the first time round. You know, it's that fear that they'll lose something, that tiny piece of Lego. We all know what I'm talking about. That one tiny piece could be the actual pivotal piece that finishes off that complete model or set. You know, it could be the head of a Lego figure, that one of a kind head with the eye patch, and it goes up the Hoover. They're like, no, and they dive to the floor in slow motion as you're going backwards and forwards with the vacuum cleaner. You know, then when it goes up the vacuum cleaner, for me, I don't care, that's going in the bin. you know, and then all hell breaks loose because you never gave me a chance. Really? I gave you 4 chances, and then you did an Indiana Jones right in front of the vacuum cleaner, and you didn't make it in time, and now your Lego pirate head is gone forever. You know, so now I can get cleaning and do things without them getting in the way. Let's read some more of these comments. I like working in a workshop and handiwork. My holidays in Portugal consist of that and bike riding around the village. Rarely go on my laptop. That sounds cool. I mean, a friend of mine, he actually owns a bike shop, you know, and he goes riding on his bike all around the woods and God knows what on a regular basis. And I keep saying I'll go with him, but I never do. I always take him, take him out. It's the summer, and I do a lot of match fishing myself. You know, it's nice. You know, to be fair, I mean, Roy, I mean, I've met you. You're a really nice bloke. There's a chance that you may have been fishing where my dad's been fishing. Down at Frant, for one. Frant's a good one. RS15 gives you a break for yourself and the other half. It kind of does when the kids go back to school. You do get a break. At the moment, you can pick them up from school as well. Yes, I can. Charlene says, you're looking well, by the way. Well, thank you very much. I'm trying so bad to get myself back into some sort of shape. You know, I'm trying to go to the gym. I've got to go to the gym tomorrow. My facial hair's come back. My hair's coming back. It's on top, but you can't see it because it's under the hat. My hair's still baby soft, but the colours come back. You know, I've got to go to the gym tomorrow, which is hard work. I'm gonna try and spend at least an hour and a half to 2 hours in the gym. So that's good. I'm trying to watch what I'm eating, but at the moment it's more of a case of I'm watching it on the fork before it goes into my face hole. The Lego Scramble, says RS15. Yeah, that's very true. It's called the Lego Scramble. I was a little when I was younger, and I still am. To be fair, I'm a little shit sometimes. Have a guess of my age, says Sergeant Major Patrick Harper. Well, as you made that comment before, I'm going to go ahead and say you're in your mid to late teens. Because once you get past that age, you don't start referring to siblings or cousins in that tone of voice. So I'm going to say you're in your mid to late teens. Sergeant Major Patrick Harper. So there we go. But yeah, I mean, it's just, Christmas is over now. It's done. You know, and before we know it, as off-putting as it sounds for the grown-ups in this room, Christmas inevitably will come round again this year, and it will come round quicker than we want it to. You know, I mean, it's only 350 odd days, isn't it? You know, I mean, it's going quick, isn't it? 348 days. As I don't know, my math is terrible, but it's coming around. It is. I mean, we're already on the 6th of January, you know, 2020. And just on the 2020 thing, I was expecting, you know, all of the opticians, or at least some opticians, you know, already I was expecting promotional, you know, this year only, get 2020 vision on laser surgery, you know, or get the 2020 deal at Vision Express or Specsavers or Boots Opticians or wherever, you know, 50% off designer frames when you spend £150 or more. You know, that 2020, maybe it's just me, I was expecting something similar to that, you know, just going off on a tangent there, but yeah, I don't know, maybe it's just me. Anyway, I'm going to love you and leave you, everyone. I hope everyone has an absolutely fantastic evening and a wonderful week. Keep it real. in the words of Ali G.